We walk among them every day. Ordinary faces hiding unimaginable horrors. Chilling cases of murder, deception, and the darkness. On number 1, we have Stas Rifle, who forced his pregnant girlfriend Valentina Grigorieva to stay outside in freezing temperatures during a live stream. Thousands of viewers watched live as she collapsed from hypothermia, yet Rifle continued the broadcast. Even after realizing she had passed away, he kept on streaming, showing her lifeless body on the couch like a serial killer. He was then arrested and sentenced to 6 years. Luka Magnotta was a struggling model and adult film actor who craved fame. In 2012, he took his thirst for notoriety to a horrifying level when he filmed himself murdering and dismembering a Chinese student, Lin Jun, in his Montreal apartment. The gruesome video, titled "One Lunatic, One Ice Pick," was posted online, showing Magnotta stabbing Jun repeatedly before committing acts of necrophilia and cannibalism. He then mailed Jun's body parts to different locations across Canada, including political offices and elementary schools. His crimes sparked an international manhunt, with authorities tracking him across multiple countries. Magnotta was eventually caught in Berlin, where he was found casually browsing articles about himself at an internet cafe. In 2014, he was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. Ricardo Lopez was an obsessed fan of Icelandic singer Björk, and his infatuation with her spiraled into dangerous obsession. Over several months, he recorded video diaries detailing his disturbing thoughts and plans to harm the singer. His obsession culminated in a twisted plot. He sent a package containing an acid bomb to Björk's London home, intending to scar or kill her. Fortunately, authorities intercepted the package before it could cause any harm. His case became infamous as one of the earliest documented examples of an internet stalker descending into violent madness. Nicholas Cruz, the perpetrator of the Parkland school shooting, had a long history of troubling behavior. In the months leading up to the attack, he frequently posted violent messages and videos online, detailing his hatred and plans for mass murder. Despite multiple warnings from concerned individuals, no action was taken to prevent his deadly rampage. Ray Lewis, a former NFL linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens, was charged with murder in the 2000s, following a brawl that resulted in the stabbing deaths of 2 men. Lewis and 2 companions were indicted, but the murder charges against Lewis were dropped in exchange for his testimony against the other 2 defendants and a guilty plea to obstruction of justice. He received a year of probation and later led a successful football career, though the incident remains a controversial aspect of his legacy. Daniel Sancho Bronchalo, a YouTube chef and son of Rodolfo Sancho, was found guilty of premeditated murder by a court in Thailand. Sancho was convicted for the murder of Edwin Arrieta Arteaga, a Colombian plastic surgeon, during their vacation. He claimed self-defense, alleging that Arrieta tried to sexually assault him, leading to a fatal altercation. Sancho admitted to dismembering and disposing of Arrieta's body. Originally sentenced to death, his penalty was reduced to life imprisonment due to his cooperation. Aaron Hernandez had it all: a multi-million-dollar contract with the New England Patriots, fame, and a bright future in the NFL. But behind the scenes, he was leading a double life filled with violence and criminal activity. In 2013, the body of Odin Lloyd, a semi-professional football player and acquaintance of Hernandez, was found in an industrial park in North Attleboro, Massachusetts. Lloyd had been shot multiple times. The investigation quickly led to Hernandez, who was seen on surveillance footage with Lloyd just hours before the murder. Authorities uncovered a web of evidence, including text messages from Hernandez instructing Lloyd to meet him that night. Security footage from Hernandez's home also showed him carrying a gun after the crime. Despite his legal team's efforts to argue his innocence, he was found guilty of first-degree murder in 2015 and sentenced to life in prison without parole. While in prison, Hernandez was also linked to a 2012 double homicide, though he was acquitted of those charges in 2017. Just days after the acquittal, he was found dead in his cell. His case remains one of the most shocking falls from grace in sports history. Chris Benoit, a famous WWE wrestler, shocked the world in 2007 when he murdered his wife and son before taking his own life. Investigators found that Benoit had strangled his wife and son, leaving eerie Bible verses beside their bodies. His actions were later linked to severe brain damage caused by repeated head trauma. The case led to discussions about CTE in professional athletes. Vesterly Flanagan, known professionally as Bryce Williams, was a former journalist with a history of workplace conflicts and grievances. He had been fired from multiple news stations due to erratic behavior and conflicts with colleagues. Over the years, he developed deep resentment toward the media industry, believing he was a victim of discrimination and bullying. On August 26, 2015, Flanagan executed a chilling plan. While journalists Allison Parker and Adam Ward were conducting a live interview in Moneta, Virginia, he ambushed them on air, shooting them both at close range. Their deaths were broadcast in real time to thousands of viewers. Flanagan recorded the attack with a body camera and uploaded the footage to social media, further intensifying the horror. After fleeing the scene, he sent a lengthy manifesto to ABC News, detailing his motives and grievances. His crimes shocked the media industry and raised concerns about workplace violence and the role of social media in spreading violent content. Ricardo Medina Jr., best known as the Red Ranger in Power Rangers Wild Force, fatally stabbed his roommate Joshua Sutter on January 31, 2015, during an argument over Medina's girlfriend. When Sutter forced his way into Medina's bedroom, Medina grabbed a sword and stabbed him multiple times. Medina called 911 himself, but Sutter was pronounced dead at the scene. Initially arrested and released, Medina was later charged with first-degree murder. In 2017, he pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter and received a 6-year prison sentence. The case sparked discussions on self-defense laws and the escalation of domestic disputes.